I will say this, and it feels good to get in a nice, clean work truck. Everything's so fresh and so clean. Woo! This is my new attachment right here. As you can see those rippers right there, that's what's going to do the digging. So, you can use power rake as well. I've got both of them. Got the power rake up here. Got my TR3 back here. Just got this yesterday. I'm super pumped to use it. I got in bed at 11 o'clock last night. I stayed up until 1 o'clock, restless. I could not go to sleep thinking about getting to do driveways. I've got 3 driveways to do today. And I couldn't go to sleep. I was like a kid in a candy store, like Christmas morning. I got my TR3 and I couldn't go to bed. I'm not kidding you. It was crazy. But finally went to sleep and I'm ready to get with it now. Alrighty, good morning. It's Pete with GCI Turf. I hope you're having a great day today. And you can kind of see what we're working with right here. Got some pretty bad potholes. This is where my youngest son goes to school at. And I told him I'd come fix this drive that kind of comes down through here. I'd fix it for him, no charge, just to get all this in order. It's kind of bumpy coming in the morning. So pothole. Once you have a flat grade like this, all it takes is a little bit of a divot or a little bit of a indentation in the rock to start something. And it keeps getting bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. So there's so many different ways that a pothole will start, but there's only one good way to remove them. Now, what some people think you can do is take fresh rock and put it in the hole. But that don't work, because the fresh rock, when you ride over it, it's just going to roll out. It's just going to be pushed out of the pothole. If you can see right here, this wall, I'm calling this the wall of the pothole right here, that has formed a hard crust, okay? This is no different than up here, okay? It's packed down so that if you do put fresh material in, the tire track, the tires of the car are just going to push the fresh material against that hard surface, and it's just going to roll out. That's all it does. So you need to break this barrier, okay? Meaning this crust right here, that's in the wall of the pothole, you need to bust it up. You need to break it. So that means, if I don't know if you can tell, but this pothole is about a good 4 inches deep. So I need to go at least 4 inches deep with my rippers to get all the way down here to the bottom to cut this part out. This needs to go. This crust, how it forms this crust around the pothole, that's the part that needs to go. And then, of course, once you grade it back and level all of it up, then it's a done deal. Here's another good example right here. And this is you can't feel it, obviously, because you're watching it on a video, but I can feel it. That's crusted over. That's hard as a rock. This wall right here. And that wall needs to go. And that's the only effective way that you're going to eliminate potholes, is you have to dig the pothole out. All right, you see right here, that quick, with just one pass, I've broken that crust. Now, of course, I'm gonna go over this 2 or 3 times to get a little deeper. It won't go but so deep. With one pass, you gotta loosen it up first. But once I go over this 2 or 3 times, this is gonna be soft. It'll be just as if you come in here with a dump truck and dump fresh gravel out. That's what I want, so I can regrade it and repack it. All right, you can see I have got it ripped up really, really good. All the way down there, all the way up through there. Got it ripped up around 4 inches deep around the whole thing. I actually had to lower the what do we call these things? The rippers. The rippers. I had to lower the rippers to get deep enough to get that one pothole right there. Still a little bit of moisture in there, but I got the pothole itself cut out. This is going to act as a box blade, okay? It's a floating box blade, easily adjustable back here. Pull these pins out like so, and I can't do this with one hand, but I'm gonna try. Pull this out, come on baby, like that. Much easier with two hands. But you can see this actually floats up and down, and that's gonna cut the high spots and fill in the low spots. Of course, you can lock that for a more fine grade if you want to, but I'm gonna leave it in the float position, and I'm gonna pitch the thing. I've got the 3-point, the top hydraulic link, so I'm gonna pitch the thing to where I'm working the box blade at the same time with the comb. I have lifted the rippers because I don't need to rip a whole lot more. They're still in the ground just a touch, but the main thing now is to get it graded out smooth, and this right here is going to leave a butter finish. I'm talking a butter finish for the final grade. And in case this looks familiar, my ABI Force, the same company that makes the ABI Force that I use to do the ball fields, they make this attachment. That's tight right there. I'm telling you, that's tight. I actually ended up building this up. Went over this several times and used the box blade to pull some rock down there and built it up. You can still see it's a touch of a wet spot there. Nothing I can do about that but ride over it and pack it down. But it's built up good. It was a big old hole right there. The whole thing was low. So now that water should just shed right off. Final pass, I got the box blade in the up position where it really won't do much. I got the rippers up in the up position where they're not gonna be digging. So I'm basically gonna be using the comb just to feather it out to leave a butter finish. Hey, ain't nothing like that butter finish, is it? Let's give it a test run right here. Oh, nice and buttery. That's my little spot right there. I'm going to back over it a few times. I got a short in my backup alarm. We'll let him go through here. That'll pass. Whoop, he's going around me. All right. But you can see how nice and buttery smooth this is. Well, I had to turn around and drive the other way to make sure it's smooth this way. Look at that, boy. Good gracious alive. Man, I'm liking that thing. This one spot worries me. I bring my son to school every morning. I'm gonna have to keep an eye on that right there and see how that plays out. See you in a few.